Coming up on this week's news, hopes are dashed as the government rules on who can break the seal on the service head. Sales of backup power systems soar as businesses fear a wave of blackouts this winter, and twin electricians who are conjoined reveal that they're paid just one salary for two people. Welcome to Electrical News Weekly in association with myenergi. Whether you're listening in the van, on site or down at the wholesale counter, I'm Joe Robinson and I've been through the best of the electrical industry news to save you the trouble. And as always, if you think you've spotted the two words that I've been challenged to slip into this week's show, comment with them below for the chance to win a prize. The government has ruled that qualified electricians will not be allowed to break the seal on the service head. The industry has been arguing for months for the right to cut the incoming power to a property by removing the service fuse. This would allow the faster installation of EV chargers, heat pumps and other renewable tech. It would make it easier and faster to upgrade multiple residences, such as apartment blocks. And it would cut the incentive for unauthorised tradespeople to break the seal. The regulator Ofgem ruled this week that specialist contractors accredited by their local regional electricity company would now have the right to access the service head. But despite all the argy-bargy, it stopped short of allowing all qualified electricians that power. Previously, the customer had to ask the energy company to turn off the electricity. The rule change comes in from next June. Registration body NAPIT welcomed the relaxing of the rules as a step in the right direction. It says the change will help shorten wait times and cut the number of unauthorised fuse removals. But NAPIT says its ultimate aim is to win the right to break the seal for all suitably qualified electricians. If you need the full details of the ruling, I've popped a link in the show notes. Another rule change this month concerns the installation of electric vehicle charge points. From the end of the year, electricians will have to provide tamper protection of the charging devices if it doesn't come as standard with the product, and they can only install chargers which protect the homeowner's data. If the EV point you want to install no longer complies with the new regs, you'll have to seek prior approval from the Office for Product Safety and Standards. I've popped the link into the notes again. One compliant EV charger you could use is the latest model from Govt. The product is designed to work with the company's integrated solar panels and comes in either single or three-phase. There are three power options: 7 kilowatt, 11 kilowatt and 22 kilowatt. The clever unit uses smart charging management which allows the inverter to prioritise the charging of the EV's battery over other appliances. In other product news, a London firm has become the first in the world to 3D print lights from wood. Hagen Hinderdale prints the Cocoon range of pendant luminaires and table lamps from sawdust bound together with a plant-based resin. Once out of the printer, each piece is hand-stained and finished. It can be coloured to resemble a variety of wood species, including natural, oak, teak and walnut. The lights will set you back a cool £1,800. Who says going green is cheap? Honestly, what's next? Sockets made out of halloumi? In other news, sales of backup power systems are soaring as fears grow that the UK could be hit by a wave of blackouts this winter. National Grid and the energy companies are warning of potential power cuts caused by supply fears following the war in the Ukraine. And the government's worst case scenarios estimate that energy systems could be severely disrupted for up to a week. The ECA has now stepped in. It's organising a team to support its members who are being asked to design and install emergency power systems. The ECA's senior technical boss Gary Parker says his members and their clients are facing a tough winter. That's because of an unprecedented combination of factors, including surging demand, supply concerns and a cost of living crisis. He says it's worth remembering that the UK's electricity network is one of the most reliable in the world. However, it is important to be prepared for all eventualities, he says. And electrical contractors will be on the front line if emergency power cuts do occur. Those deemed most at risk for the effect of winter power cuts include pensioners, care home residents and people in sheltered housing, schools and other buildings which may not have energy contingency plans in place. Also working to keep the lights on are the electricians of the Ukraine. They have a massive task on their hands restoring power after Russian missiles hammered the country's electricity network. In the area east of Mykolaiv, some 90% of homes have been without electricity for 9 months, and many of the energy company's trucks have been destroyed by artillery. The guys and girls are working as fast as they can in below freezing conditions, and they have another problem. They have to avoid thousands of landmines left by the departing Russians. It definitely puts our Monday mornings here in the UK into context, doesn't it? Electricians have been receiving further praise this week, this time closer to home. A survey of homeowners has revealed that Sparks are rated the highest out of all trades for their perceived value. My Local Toolbox analysed over 10,000 reviews to understand what matters most to customers and which trades are most popular. Electrical contractors are third best at returning telephone calls and messages and are also in the top 5 for punctuality, so give yourselves a well-earned pat on the back. And don't forget, if you're really feeling the love of your customers, why not get some official recognition for it? The eFIXX Awards are now open and we're on the hunt for installers who inspire devotion in their customers. Best of all, entries are absolutely free until Friday the 14th of January 2023. All you need to know is on the eFIXX Awards website, and I've popped the link in the show notes. And finally, is this a case of employment discrimination? Conjoined twins Sona and Mona Singh work as electricians in their native India, but the pair have revealed that they are only paid one salary between them. The 19-year-olds say they earn just £200 a month from the Punjab State Power Corporation, the pay of one qualified person. They work 12-hour shifts looking after the supply control room. They also work together on a bench to repair electrical equipment. The siblings were born with 2 hearts, 2 kidneys and 2 spinal cords, as well as 2 pairs of arms, but they share one set of legs. Doctors decided that separating the twins could potentially kill one of them. Sadly, the pair were then abandoned by their parents and raised in a shelter for destitute children. However, Sona and Mona were determined to make something of themselves. They excelled at schoolwork and eventually obtained a diploma in electrical studies. Locals in the Punjab say the Sparks are an inspiration and deserve a decent wage each, and we have to say that we wholeheartedly agree. That's it for this week, but make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, as this week we've got some great content dropping, including scissors from eFIXX, or electricians' shears as we call them in the trade, and blowing up a storm, a super efficient vapour-proof light from Lumino called the Typhoon. We've also got a News at Pen end of year special where we take a light-hearted look back at some of the highs and lows of 2022, along with all the usual fun and games across our social media platforms. If you think you know the words I've smuggled into this week's show, pop your guess into the comments and we'll dig out a goodie bag prize to the first to get the right answers. Last week's words were Grinch and Doppelganger, the latter forcing me to switch up the intro to the podcast a little bit, which made it stick out like a sore thumb, so it's not surprising that many people spotted it. But the first person to do so was Kevy427, so well done to you. Please click the link in the description below to claim your prize. Thanks for listening to this episode of Electrical News Weekly in association with myenergi. Make sure you subscribe to receive the next update. Thanks for listening, and until next year, have a great week, stay safe out there, and remember, there's no such thing as a torque calibrated arm.